This one for me is probably the most competitive, I would say, in terms of balance, and their managers are fantastic. It is Inter Milan taking on Atletico Madrid, and Buckets. I mean, give us some context as to why this is the best one. I'll get into it too, of course, as we keep talking. But what a matchup! Diego Simeone versus Inzaghi. Like, it's just this is it, and both teams have been playing pretty well.
This is going to be a very special matchup, and I agree with you 100%. Probably the most competitive and closest matchup out of all of them. And my bet actually is going to kind of tie into that. Inter, Milan, and Atletico Madrid have two of the best and most aggressive attacking teams on the planet right now. You've got Lautaro Martinez, who's absolutely killing it for Inter. You've got Griezmann and Morata doing great for Atleti. These are two incredible offenses who you think would have a lot of goals here, Jimmy. But the fact that it is so competitive is why I'm actually leaning towards maybe a lower scoring game here, because both teams know that a single mistake, the tiniest little error, could result in a massive deficit here, giving up that first goal. So I think both teams are going to play things pretty close to the chest, and it's actually making me bet first half draw in this game. If it was 0-0 at halftime, with both teams kind of taking a bit to get out of first gear, or possibly 1-1 at halftime, this cashes either way, and that's at plus 105. I just don't think there's enough to really separate these two teams right now.
Oh my, listen, people, you can't see it, but I have my bet listed right here with Buckets, and I just noticed that we have the same bet.
Yes.
Great minds think alike, even though my nickname is Ian, and my mom was going to name me that, but my dad convinced her to call me James instead. So they go, I'm going with Jimmy. That's my Hollywood name. But, whoa, yes, I love that. Okay, nice. Martin, where are you leaning on this? And this is interesting for me because Inter have been lights out. Away from home, they haven't lost at all in all competitions this season. At home, a couple slip-ups, but still fantastic, all things considered. And even the game they did lose at home was to Sassuolo back in September. They were up 1-0 and were in control of that and then just let it get away there at the end. And the other one, they lost to Bologna in the cup competition in the Coppa Italia, but it was still 0-0 after 90. So they've been really good, solidly or consistently solid throughout this whole season.
They really solid team, strong in every department. And let's not forget that they went all the way to the final of this competition last season. So they are certainly a strong team. But I really see Atletico Madrid as dark horses for the Champions League this season. They're not as solid defensively as they have been during the majority of Diego Simeone's tenure there. But they can still fight for results, can't they? In big knockout games, these players are going to be fired up. They're going to be doing tactical fouling. They're going to be trying every trick in the book to waste time. They just hate losing, these players. And I really think they can go to the San Siro and get a result in this game. They've got so much quality going forwards. Talk about Martinez, but I think Griezmann could be the best player on the pitch in this game. Morata's really prolific. He seems to be appreciated at Atletico. I can really see them going to the San Siro and getting something. So I'm going for Atletico and the draw, double chance at minus 122. So all they need to do is not lose, and I get paid. Fingers crossed.
No, that's always a good bet with Diego Simeone, and I like where your head's at. Now, let's talk about the schedule here, because Atleti have Madrid at the Bernabeu, so they're away. Not that it's that far, but it's not their home stadium. Then they're home to Athletic, who they lost to a little bit earlier this season. Then away to Sevilla, who aren't the normal Sevilla, but still going to make them earn it, maybe. And then home to Las Palmas. So they play 4 games before they take on Inter, and they have to travel away to make that happen. When I think about Inter's schedule, they have Juve this weekend, which is a big one. Obviously, top of the table clash, and you guys should watch it on Paramount Plus. That's where it's happening. And then they have Roma away. We know that's going to be a difficult one, whether Jose Mourinho's in charge or not. Then home to Salernitana, and then they get to host Atleti. And when I look at it from that standpoint, it feels like Inter's got a better run up to this particular kickoff, whereas Atleti have an extra game, plus they're playing some pretty stiff competition, and then they have to travel. So does that change you at all? Did I influence you to think otherwise?
Yeah, you maybe, but the only thing I would say is that Inter are very much top of the table. They're locked in a fierce title race with Juventus right now, whereas Atletico Madrid are kind of off the pace a bit. They might be out of the title race by then. I don't think they're going to catch Real Madrid in La Liga right now. I could actually see Simeone resting a few players against Las Palmas and really going for it hard in this Inter Milan game. So, yeah, I think Champions League for them going to be really, really big competition. Whereas, yeah, I think Inter are really in a 2-horse race for the Serie A title. So I don't know. I think they might be a little bit distracted. I think winning Serie A is a really big deal for Inter Milan this season. Whereas Atletico, very solid, very good record in the knockout stages of the Champions League. So I'm staying with my bet.
You know what? You've influenced me to stay with your bet as well. I like that, and I do think he will. Diego Simeone will rest players against Las Palmas. That would be the smart play. They're 10 points off the top, and we know that Real Madrid's going to be there, but Girona still hanging out there too, and they obviously have a clash that could decide how that's going to finish, or at least have for the stretch run, as it were.